Okay, y'all, this is one of the videos of the sister Michael Miller, and I want to give a shout out to the young lady named Anna Francis. She did a full video on Mica, but I'm not gonna do. I want to give a shout out to her because it's her video, but I'm gonna give my commentary of on this video.
He just convinced her that we weren't good for her, and as the years went on, she would come and talk to us and then get out of our lives, and like it kind of flip-flopped like every other year if we were on good speaking terms or not, depending on what John Paul's narrative was. You didn't speak positively about John Paul in any way, you are not allowed to be near Mica whatsoever. Even her sister, I would, our whole family, we would
Wow.
speak on what we thought was not okay, what was controlling, what was, I mean, it was brainwashing came up every single week in our family. That word came up every single week on like, wow, how do we fix, what do we do? And it came to the point where we didn't even say anything for probably a year. We literally just let her do whatever she was going to do because we couldn't control it anyway. So we just had to be like, well, I really love my sister and I want to see her. So I have to pretend like I'm okay with going to dinner with John Paul. And I definitely bruises on Mica's hands that the medical examiner had no recollection of. And I did ask him personally, is there any chance that a body would have bruises on it from collecting from the water or someone touching her after examine her or anything? And he said, there's no chance of a body bruising after the heart stops. Family, instead of grieving her at the funeral home, we had to still go into fight mode, investigation mode, and do the job ourselves because Robeson County was neglecting to do a proper investigation. They pretty PowerPoint that lined up perfectly on every reason why she would have done this herself, and they didn't investigate the other side at all.
This is what the FBI. Let's give a shout out to News Nation, y'all. One of my favorite news that I watch. Per FBI, they said that the DOJ policy, we are unable to confirm or deny the potential existence of investigations, nor are we able to provide updates when there is an investigation. So it's still an investigation. She was actually ready the past few months. She was ready to leave him and be strong and do whatever it took. And she even still then was like, don't tell anybody what the real, like, as everyone would put it to today's terms, juicy details of why she's divorcing him. She even said, she was like, I want to protect the Christian church. Every single person that has found out what he's done make comments like, that's why I don't go to church, that's why I'm not a believer in God and all these things. And that's the last thing that Mica would want, is everyone saying it's all the Christians, it's all the pastors, which it's not. It's just once. Right. He immediately, the day after she passed, or the following morning, the next business day, I'll say, after she passed, he already went to his attorneys to get the divorce dropped. Wow.
Because we found that out. We already, and it's so sad to even know this. Mica had already appointed our sister Sierra over her email, her passwords to it, her Facebook account. Mica had been keeping track of all of her abuse, wrote every affidavit that someone has given her, or their testimony against what they've seen. For the lawyers, she had a huge binder already prepared. She had all kinds of journals. She was anticipating something bad happening to her, and she had told Sierra that. And that's why she said, if anything happens to me, she had told one of our family members that she reported John Paul to the IRS the week that she passed away. Wow. The church, she or not John Paul, but the church. well, the church is John Paul, so
Right.
either one, it's John Paul. All of the money is all intermingled.
Wow.
And it was said that he was moving around all his assets into his oldest son's name or his friend's name he had while they were going through this divorce.
Now, recently there have been questions raised because her husband JP has been pictured wearing Mica's diamond necklace.
What?
This is the same necklace she was wearing when seen in these surveillance videos. You can see the necklace on her neck right there. I asked John Paul Miller, her husband, about it. He writes, "Yes, of course it's Mica's. The hospital gave it to me when I saw her body on Sunday, and I immediately put it on to feel close to her. She loved that necklace." Mica's sisters say that's not at all why he wears it. Take a look.
In our opinion, not something that is to feel close to her. It's more of a trophy. It is more of essentially almost having something to still hang over her. She was trying to get away, and so I think it's a final piece of her not being able to get away.
I can't believe that this is terrible, y'all. He's putting his kids, he putting her assets and his assets in his kids' account and his friend account to keep for them getting money from him. Whew, Jesus.
Son's name or his friends' names, so it didn't look like he had as much as he had while they were going through this divorce. What was happening? She just started going to work. She did a lot of work for the lawyer she had, and that's what also doesn't make sense. She had just paid her lawyer that we have $5,000 3 days prior to her passing. Why would she do that? Why would she?
That's right.
Why would she have, and that's actually donated money. Like someone from I guess it was someone from the church, I want to say, a really nice lady from the church who wanted her to get away from him so bad. She gave Mica $5,000 as the retainer fee for her lawyer.
Wow.
Of hers. It was finally something that she could do for God, for other people, that didn't have to do with the church. Because I believe that John Paul had just trained her to only be good at the church, or only be good for him, his assistant, his stepmom, his kids. Everything good that she ever did, he wanted it to be attached to her. So she did her own mission work, and she was so successful. She was knocking on doors selling Krispy Kreme donuts. She was going to dealerships. She used to sell cars at Honda. She would go there and other dealerships and just sell hundreds of boxes of donuts just to raise money for these kids in Africa and Kenya. And I think one of the most devastating things that could have happened to her in her life was that John Paul took that all away from her.
Wow.
Yeah. How much time is important. It's super time sensitive, especially for someone like John Paul, who gets things done immediately whenever he knows he's in the wrong. Smart, or could reap repercussions for what his actions, or any situation where he would be held accountable for what he did. He tries to cover it up as fast as possible. And what to get her thing. The manager of that office yelled in his face and said, "Get out of here, you psychopath." Anna, this poor 85-year-old lady, is scared for her life. She had just saw Mica that morning. Worried randomly. I thought people were following me. I was starting to get irritable and like closing all my curtains and stuff. I didn't even feel safe in my home sometimes. Any kind of window that didn't have a cover on it now has a cover on it. There was bruising all over her hands and her arms. And whenever we talked to the medical examiner, he said, "What bruises?"
What?
He said when I saw her, there were no bruises.
What?
And so I said, "Is there any possible way, whenever she was taken out of the water, are there any room for any kind of error in that? Are there bruises from people who grabbed her from the water?" The examiners, he said, it's not possible for the body to bruise after the heart. I did see her body.
Sorry about that,
and
y'all.
There was bruising all over her hands and her arms. And whenever we talked to the medical examiner, he said, "What bruises?"
What?
He said when I saw her, there were no bruises. And so I said, is there any possible way whenever she was taken out of the water? Are there any room for any kind of error in that? Are there bruises from people who grabbed her from the water, the examiners? He said, it's not possible for the body to bruise after the heart stopped.
Okay.
On her before she was in the water.
Okay, y'all, when the sister brought up the bruises, the first thing came to my mind was, let me go back and listen to this 911 call, because she didn't have no bruises on her then, okay? So let's listen to this.
Robeson County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
Hi, are you able to trace the location of my phone?
She said 911, 911 was
you don't
your
know where you're at?
At National Park.
What's the phone number you're calling me from?
843-655-5242.
Where's the park located at?
She the 911, she can't look it up.
In Bear Bluff.
Let's see.
She the 911 caller.
I have my location on, I think, on my phone.
Location on your phone? Hey, hold up. Oh, I guess that was Mica said the location on her phone. Okay.
Find my phone is on.
Okay, that's
This is my location.
Okay, I'm showing, hold on one second.
I wonder why she interested in the tracing of her phone. See, what's that noise? Like she walking and breathing at the same time. You know what I mean?
I don't think you are in Robeson County. Yeah, the Lumber River State Park.
Yeah, that's where I am.
Okay.
I hear some talking in the
Tell
background.
me what's happened.
I'm about to kill myself, and I just want my family to know where to find me.
Okay, ma'am. Just listen to what I'm saying, okay?
That don't freak her out then.
Let me make sure I got the exact location where you're at, okay? Just 1 minute.
Y'all hear that talking in the background?
Hi, are you able to trace the location of my phone?
Let me see. You don't know where you're at?
At National Park.
What's the phone number you're calling me from?
843-655.
Where's the park located at?
In Bear Bluff.
Bear Bluff.
Let's see.
I have my location on, I think, on my phone.
She have her location up.
Find my phone is on.
On her phone.
This did my location.
Okay, I'm showing, hold on 1 second.
I don't understand that 911 caller either. And seeing that blow she just gave just a few
I
minutes
don't
ago.
think you are in Robeson County. Yeah, the Lumber River State Park.
Yeah, that's where I am.
Okay. Tell me what's happened.
I'm about to myself, and I just want my family to know where to find me.
Okay, ma'am. Just listen to what I'm saying, okay? Let me make sure I got the exact location where you're at, okay? Just 1 minute.
Okay, now this is scary. You out there fishing, and my daughter and I love to fish. And he heard somebody crying. And then look at all them woods out there, y'all make you think you on at a scary movie. And you wonder how a woman crying get out there. I would have said, oh, who is that? But they don't do that.
The cry back when I came in, where I told you I started hearing the crying at. Then I heard a gunshot. It was probably about 2 minutes or so after I started hearing the cry. It might have been a little bit longer than that. And I heard a gunshot. It wasn't a loud gunshot, and then the crying just stopped. Right about here, that's when I heard the gunshot. The gunshot went off.
See, it wasn't a loud gunshot. So when he said that he heard a gunshot and it wasn't a loud gunshot, it's throwing me out. Because a gunshot is a gunshot. A gunshot is out there, the echo out there in the water gonna say, pow. Y'all know how it does, an echo, like. But how it gonna be a quiet gunshot? If it a quiet gunshot, they didn't want the fishermen to hear her get shot. So evidently they must have covered the gun up, so they won't hear it. So I wonder where was she shot at? Was she shot in the head, back, or chest, or what? Okay.
From which side? Over here on the left?
To the left. That's why I heard the gunshot.
In there.
Uh-huh. That's when the crying stopped. That looks totally different from when I came in here. Anyway.
Was it low water when you were here?
No, it was actually less water than what's in here now. So that's the area I went in through with my boat.
How do you get in there if you're not in a boat?
How you get it in?
You can't get in there if you... What do you mean?
How was she in there?
There's a path that comes in there.
How you get in there?
There's a path that comes into here. So there's paths all in this river. And there was a path leading straight to where her belongings were laying at.
And then how did you come across her stuff, her belongings?
I just seen it laying up on the bank when I pulled up in here. Yes, sir. It was laying up on the bank. I don't know why I grabbed it. I just grabbed it. Didn't ever look at it or nothing. I got out and I looked around because there was a clearing on the left and the right, and I looked around because I felt like something was wrong, but I never seen nothing. I took the stuff, put it in my boat, went back to the landing. Her driver's license, her bank card, she had her keys, $500, a little over $500. Every bit of that money got back.
It was not a wallet? It was a wallet?
It was what they call, I guess, ladies call them fanny packs.
What do you say to the people accusing you of being a part of this?
Quit trying to be investigators. I did not do this. There was no way in the world I would harm anybody like that. Even my worst enemy, I would.
But to tell anybody not stop trying to be investigators, that don't even sound right. You shouldn't have said that.
Would not do nothing like that. I was just here fishing. I can understand people, thinking stuff. It did look odd, but people's going to think stuff. I've even been trying to figure out what happened.
All right, y'all. There you go. You heard it for the last time to the fisherman. And what's the strange thing about the 911 call? What tripped me out is it looked like somebody caught up with her before she got to her destination. You know what I mean? Like, why is she out there? Why are they fathering her? You know what I mean? So something's a lie. This is suspicious, y'all. Y'all tell me what you think in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. Y'all, let's get them likes up. I'm out.